video, I really want to give you an idea about how to make money off of used cars. So I moved overseas in like 2013, 2014, and when I came back, I noticed like a big change in my city. A lot of people didn't have used cars anymore. Like people started financing and getting newer cars, which is great. But I'm always someone, every single car I've ever had came from Craigslist. Even now the car I have came from Craigslist. It's just really easy for me to find a used car, and I prefer older cars. I always have, and particularly cars from the 90s. And so this idea would go with not just flipping cars, but choosing a particular area or interest of cars to flip. Like I used to see like older cars everywhere, 90s cars, Cadillacs, Buicks, that sort of thing. And those are the cars that I really like. And now I don't see them so much anymore. And if I do, you know, a big change that also happens is now they have collector's plates. So they're that old. And so I guess maybe they're more scarce for that reason. But if you're thinking about flipping cars, you know, it's very easy just to go on Craigslist or go on some online marketplace or Facebook marketplace and buy a used car that needs fixing up, to fix it and to make money off of it. So this is that idea, but even more that you could do with that is to really specialize in an area of cars. So maybe like me, you like 90s Cadillacs and Buicks. So what you would do is you would search for those specific types of cars and you would make your whole brand just about that. It would be what people who like those sort of cars are looking for. The way you go about this is you really want to choose which area of cars you really want to, you know, specialize in, and you'd want to source those cars. So maybe it's just an online marketplace, but if you want to make it more broad, just a Google search. You know, there are a lot of websites where you can buy cars online from different states or even have them shipped, or even if you could do a search in areas near you about where you're willing to travel to get those cars, you could do that. But another way is there are some people who, just like with drop shipping, where you don't actually touch the products but it's just sent out by Amazon, you can actually get the cars, you can buy the cars online, sell them online, and never have to touch the inventory at all. So it's another way to go about that. I really think this idea is for someone who's in a larger city because there's just more access to cars that I've seen. But if you're interested in like some older types of cars, when I usually look for like 90s cars, it's usually like some older person who doesn't drive anymore is getting rid of their car. And that's usually where I found the sort of cars that I liked. Another way to go about it is, no matter what country you're in, to fix and flip cars. So when I was living in Georgia, they get cars from overseas, which is America for them, and they get it on boats, and it's like our completely wrecked cars from auctions in America, completely wrecked. And they take two wrecked cars and they put the pieces together and they have a brand new working car. And this is like such a common business in Georgia. Like it's a really huge market. I could go get a car for $5,000 that was completely wrecked before, or it was a flood car. Like all our throwaway cars in America, there's so many that go there and they, you know, fix them and they make money off of them. When I was in Armenia, it was the same thing. I was on the Marshutka going back from Armenia to Georgia, and there was an Armenian man who was going to Georgia to buy the cars that they had gotten from America before a trade deal with Russia closed that down. He was doing the exact same thing. He was going and getting those used cars because they came in. And so if you're in a country, you know, if you're in a country like America, and you know, you're looking at these wrecked cars that seem like it'd be a lot of work, it's something that you can do. You can completely fix and renovate cars. And the trick is with flipping anything that it's not about making, you know, buying a car for $2,000 and making $10,000 off of it. It's in small amounts, just like with flipping houses. You're buying a car for $1,500 and you're making $1,800 off of it. You're making a slightly bit more money than what you put into it. So if you like this idea, I encourage you to go get the full idea map off of the website, oppevery.com, oppevery.com, and I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you.